little gathering here at TLA, and I have the Longhorns guys here. So introduce yourselves.
Funny how they shoved us in a closet somehow.
Yeah, we're kind of...
Derek Villanueva, I play Facade in Longhorns.
I'm Louis Tice, and I'm producer on Longhorns.
And I'm David Lewis. I'm the writer and director of Longhorns.
And we were talking off screen about being on the down low and what that actually means. So we would love people to write into the blog and say what you think it means. I watch a lot of Oprah, and they had a episode about it, and it seems to be about cheating, but everybody has a different perspective about that. But Longhorns, if you didn't see it yesterday, you have a chance to see it again tomorrow at 5 and Monday at 9:30. And it's about this good old boy Texan who winds up being in a lot of gay situations, although he claims to be straight. And then he comes to a lot of different realizations about male bonding in a whole new way.
In a whole new
yeah. So what were you guys saying about being on the down low?
Well, I think the film just speaks to the complex nature of sexuality and how we view it and how we process it. And I think that everyone goes through a certain process of finding out who they are. And in this movie, we had a lot of fun with that, of someone who was kind of delusional about his sexuality and what he goes through and some of the misadventures he has.
No, it's an 80s themed sex comedy where basically our lead character doesn't know what side of the fence he sits on. So, because he's in his college years and it's the formative years where you can kind of explore your sexuality. It certainly, as you were saying earlier, it could be a cousin of the down low, in the sense of he's participating in what is technically gay sex acts, but he's completely delusional about it.
And we have all these characters doing all kinds of different things on the sexual spectrum. And tell us about your character.
Well, my character is just cute and innocent. He's got the long hair, and so he pretty much none of that. Actually, I don't have any masturbation.
You know what? You did. Yeah, you're right. Your masturbation is great.
They just weren't attractive.
Oh wait, I don't think the camera was running at that time.
It wasn't. It was for David's own personal.
The extras on X-Tube. Oh wait,
I sell the DVD. Buy the DVD. I don't think I was supposed to tell you. Okay. So yes, I don't know. I think it's very courageous for Kevin to I don't know, to have, to even come out. I don't actually. He doesn't come out in the movie, but he
realizes that he's delusional.
Yeah.
That he's fooling himself, and that's kind of. Sometimes the coming out process, you don't just magically discover yourself in 1 week or something. It's a long process of discovery, and so everyone's different, but it takes time sometimes.
And in 1982, I mean, I think it'd be courageous to just want to come out in that time. It's just like Cesar is just
your character,
ahead of his time. So.
Your character has no apologies whatsoever about where you.
Well, I do love that about your character, that he's so secure that he's never hurt by anyone shunning him, and he has a lot of attitude without being mean-spirited or seeming defensive. And is that something that you kind of came to on your own, or was that part of the direction? Just reading the script, or how? Because it comes across really well that you have a certain confidence in
that
your
was actually,
sexuality.
That was actually in his writing. I mean, that's where he wanted the character to be. We were discussing early on when I actually got the script, we were discussing what he wanted Cesar to be, and I was just like, oh, that's really neat. I'm not this type of person. I mean, I wish I was actually out in high school, and I don't regret not being out, but I don't, and that was I'm not going to date myself, but it's there's
oh jeez, see that?
But there's these kids now that come out and they're they're super young and they're 12 and they're out, and so I actually had friends in high school who were out, and they might have been well, Derek, I think he's gay. I'm pretty sure he didn't, you know, but I wasn't, you know, honest. You know?
And when we were talking about this, we both agreed that we wanted this character to be able to defend himself, to be strong, and not just, you know, a target of something who, you know, and I think that's one reason audiences is really rooted for your character, that
because they could relate.
Strong character, yeah, they can relate.
They either were that or they knew someone who was that and took a lot of the heat and a lot of the hate. And this character, I mean, there's a lot of rumors that, you know, they started on him. So it's like, you know, a lot of stuff I won't say. You have to watch the movie. But, you know, so he doesn't let that affect him.
I mean, he's human. I mean,
yeah.
You know, like, he doesn't like, sometimes the things are, but he doesn't let that stop him from living his life and being true to himself. He doesn't let himself become a victim, and that's one thing I really thought you brought to that very well. Your character.
I agree. Okay, so next projects, because I know people in film are always on to the next thing before they even barely finish.
I'm going to let them answer.
No pressure, really. Let's see, I'm going to bake a cake. Well, you know, we've got ideas moving along. Derek here has created and is also producing, I'm executive producing, we're in production for a piece called Fabulous High, which is like an LGBT Degrassi High, if you want to talk more about that.
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's based out of 3 characters who are out in high school or who are actually wanting to come out, and so they actually deal with like today's social issues, and each character is just like a different walk of life. So I think people can actually watch it and be like, look, I can relate to him and so on, so.
Okay, yeah, that's filming's just wrapped on that, and David's got 2 scripts that he's cooking up.
Yeah, one's another sex comedy. It's a different story from Longhorns, but the same kind of genre, a lot of wild stuff, but I think it has a lot of heart to it. It has a lot of romance and comedy and physical comedy also, and kind of, you know, we're very excited about that. That is 20 drafts, so I think we're getting close to having a completed script on that.
So you'll be back at QFest for the 18th QFest, you think?
For hope. It's a San Francisco-based comedy with, you know, a lot of visual, a lot of physical comedy as well, and it's just really sexy and romantic, and it's exploring an intergenerational relationship, younger and older, which I've never had any experience with that.
Me neither.
I wouldn't really have that sort of sexy relationship.
He's like, I have nothing to say about that. Well, this is great, and I had a lot of fun at Longhorns yesterday, and I know our future audiences will continue to enjoy it, and thanks for being here in Philly, and Louis, thanks for coming back to Philly.
Oh my gosh, this is my home. I love it here, and you know, it's so sweet that Mr. Lewis here, like, gave last night's screening as a tribute to me. Yeah. I had my Barbra Streisand moment. What can I say?
All right.